if you're online, don't always be following blogs of people that will pepper you. Don't even know their struggles. So it's better to be on your own path, discover your own journey, and stay put in it. This is your life that you're living. You're not living anyone else's. Hi guys, it's your girl 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time of coming in contact with this channel, it's our pleasure to have you here. My name is 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, and today we're talking addiction. First of all, I like to say that everybody is addicted to something. For some of you, it could be sleep. For others, it could be food. For others, it could be, the obvious, alcohol or substance. But somehow we are addicted to something. It could even be something positive, like going to the gym, where it can become an addiction. You say, 𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸𝐸, what's that? The human brain is always seeking its own pleasure, and it doesn't need for your mind or your spirit or even your body to be in alignment before it starts desiring what it's desiring. But the fact that we are humans, so what differentiates us from animals is that we have the ability to be intentional. So we can think and decide that even though I want to do this thing, is it going to be fruitful to me? Your brain tells you it's time to eat, and you say, why am I eating? Am I hungry? Have I eaten earlier? And if you see that you absolutely don't require food, then you don't have to eat. You snack on something, and you are able to overcome that hunger and the desire to eat. The addiction that we are all worried about is being addicted to drugs and substance. And that is the addiction that can cause somebody something as bad as a mental disorder, delusions, and what have you. It can even cost some people their lives. So how can you stay clear of such addiction? The first thing that you can do when you're bored is that, as against going to go and get your alcohol or your weed, marijuana, and what have you, is to interact with human beings. But I know it can be pretty difficult, especially when you live alone and you're not in contact with your friends or your relatives. You learn to be in a community, learn to be useful. Don't give yourself time for that idleness, that time where you would stay and feel the need. Just absolutely avoid it. Learn a thing about yourself. Know your patterns. Study yourself. Know your patterns. Know that maybe when you're feeling down, when you are broke especially, you have the tendency to do something more. So what can I do to avoid this feeling? First thing, you make sure you're interacting with your friends, your family. That interaction is going to keep you grounded. If that is something you enjoy doing, or you go to the gym, when you lift weights, when you exercise, you get rid of that negative energy, the feel good hormones, the endorphins that you need to feel happy. It just comes to you. And that's why some people now become addicted to exercising, because they've tried it and it helps them a lot, and they just decide going forward that is what they want to be doing with their time. Secondly, volunteer. If you belong to a church, a mosque, an organization, volunteer there. Volunteer to teach children, help older people in the society, just help somebody, be useful. Because another thing that breeds boredom is the feeling of uselessness. I'm not doing anything, I don't have. But when you're focused on something else other than your work, it helps give you that balance. Because in this world we need balance. The world is not balanced, but we can try to bring our own balance every now and then. So make sure you learn a thing or two daily, even if it's 5 minutes. Learn a new word, learn a new thing, either video or online. If you're online, don't always be following blogs of people that will pepper you. If you're following a lot of celebrities and you're feeling my life is not getting to where theirs is, so I'm not being like them, or you think you're not doing well, you need to start unfollowing them and start following people that would inspire you. Because everything in life is a process. So you cannot just be where you are at this level and aspire to be where someone else is. You don't know what they have gone through. You don't know what they have passed. You don't even, they might not even be your age mates, or they might be, you don't even know their struggles. So it's better to be on your own path, discover your own journey, and stay put in it. This is your life that you're living. You're not living anyone else's script. So for that reason, don't be aspiring to be something you see on the internet. Follow educational content, like me, for example. Follow other people that will teach you something. Don't always follow people that are either gossiping or just talking about things that it's not going to help you. And stay focused, in whatever you're doing. Remain focused. One of the surest ways to overcome addiction is keeping your mind, your body, your soul busy. Because if you're busy, you will not have that leisure time to start thinking of something to do. I found people that eat just because they are bored, simply because there's nothing to do. So why not eat? But you can do things like reading a book. There are 1,001 things to do. In another blog, I'm going to talk about things you can do by yourself that you don't require company for. So you do those things and it will help you. It will help your mind. It will help you stay afloat and on top of it. And as a young person, resist the urge to try alcohol or smoke simply because your friends are doing it. They have their own parts anyway. For some of them, they'll do it and they'll get away scot-free. And then you try it and you start to suffer maybe liver problem, kidney problem, and what have you. Aside those fatal things smoking and other things can do to you, it can damage your mental health. And that is why I'm here today to tell you that there are 1,001 activities that you can do to keep your mind afloat and keep you away from this addiction. If you're feeling down and you need to talk to your friends and maybe they are not around, you call them. Good friends should be there for one another. I know that people are busy after we have grown up and they don't always have the time to answer you. But when you call your friend that I need to talk to you, I'm losing my mind, or I'm not getting a handle of this thing, your friends will listen to you. And some of you will sit down and tell me, I don't have good friends. Well, if you don't have good friends, are you a good friend yourself? Do you bring people around you peace? Do you bring them comfort? Are they comfortable when they're around you as well? Because everybody is just self-seeking. But have you sat down to imagine things from another person's perspective? Because that will help you really put things in the way they ought to be. Avoid being alone in your thoughts, especially when you know that you're not feeling okay mentally. Try and be around company of good people. Go to your church. Go to your group, just hang out there. You'll feel a lot better. Then if your addiction is food, you should start practicing delayed gratification. One of the quickest methods to overcoming addiction is practicing delayed gratification. Because when you know that I'm going to get this reward, but not just now, you bury that in mind. You focus on the activity you're doing, not the reward that is going to come after that activity. So, for example, you're addicted to food and you usually start your breakfast by 8 a.m. You can just push it back to 10 a.m. I'm going to have breakfast, no doubt, just not now. And then if you eat 20 spoons of oats, you can reduce that to 15 spoons. Gradually, your body gets used to it. And then before you know, you have overcome that constant need of eating. There's nothing that the human being has said to do that they cannot do. The first place they get defeated is their mind. So if you're already defeated in your mind, you will not have the ability, you will not have the courage, you will not have the strength to take on what you're supposed to take on, because you've already been defeated. Join a group in your church, join a society in your environment, just to belong to people. It will help you get a sense of importance and belonging. Addiction can be cured. Addiction is not a life and death sentence. So the fact that you're addicted to something now and the first step to getting it cured is knowing, accepting that this is my addiction and telling yourself that I don't want to be addicted to this anymore. And by that's the first step in your journey to getting cured for addiction. Remember to see a mental health specialist around you if the problem is way bigger than you can handle, or if you have a family or a friend that is going through any form of addiction. Seeking counsel is nothing to be shameful about. Don't ever hesitate to talk to someone that that has the expertise or the ability to help you. Don't be ashamed. Don't be ashamed of being judged or condemned. Nobody is perfect, so nobody is going to judge. Make sure you subscribe to my channel if you're not already doing so. Then like this video if you enjoyed it. Share it with your friends, anybody that you know that would benefit greatly from this thing. And take care of yourself. Bye.